This is Ian Lamont. I've been an independent publisher for more than 10 years, and today I'm going to be talking about why I work with professional graphic designers for my independent publishing business. If this video helps, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. And you may be thinking, well, it's the year 2024. Like, who still works with a professional graphic designer in publishing? Like, an AI can do these covers, or, I could find stock photos or something like that. And let me break it down for you, because I've been doing this for more than 10 years. Yes, I have watched the rise of AI, but there's some serious good reasons to use professional graphic designers, even though it costs more, and I'll get into it right now. So the first reason is I don't have these skills myself. Like, you can look at these covers, they look pretty slick. There's no way I could do something like this. In the past, at the very beginning of my business, like more than 10 years ago, 2012, I tried to do DIY covers. Like, this is the first cover that I designed, and it's laughably bad. I would never attempt something like that. And as soon as I realized this, I knew it was bad. Like, I made this in GIMP. I knew it was just a bad cover. Immediately, what I did is I contacted a graphic designer who I knew from the magazine publishing business where I'd worked before. And I said, hey, man, can you help me mock up some new covers? And he did. They looked really, really good. After about, for one thing, as soon as I did that, the pro level covers, they started to sell pretty well. Like, I think the sales level was 2 or 3 times what the DIY cover was. And then in 2015, I found another book designer who basically created something very similar to this. It's gone through a couple iterations, but this is the basic design that I basically commissioned through a professional book designer, and I'm very happy with the results. So DIY just was not a realistic option for me, and I don't think it should be for anybody else. Now, let's talk about AI tools to design book covers. And I see them all the time on Amazon. I can kind of spot them. I can smell them from a mile away. But I want to talk about why I don't use them. And there's a couple reasons. There's a couple reasons why I do not use AI book covers, and I may never do it. Although I don't want to completely crowd out that opportunity, because I think the tools probably will get better. But let's talk about this example right here. So this is a stable diffusion image. Actually, let me just get a whiter background here so it stands out a bit. Okay, so Stable Diffusion is basically a program that lets you generate images very quickly just by giving it a prompt. Like you say, like I said, generate a family tree. So it generated this family tree. And it looks kind of like artistic in a way, but you can see that the detail is not nearly good enough to be using on like a book cover. Like, the quality of the image is not that good. The people don't look that good. They're kind of like blobby. And then the other thing about this AI generated image of a family tree, I don't know what the source of it is. Like, they say, oh yeah, we use a training model, and it takes thousands of inputs and it spits out a family tree. What I'm really afraid of, actually, is using an AI image, and then it turns out it's based on a copyrighted image or based on someone else's trademark. And then that opens my company up to legal liability. There's no friggin' way I want to do that. So that's one of the drawbacks for AI images. The other thing that happens is that even if you have an AI generated image, you need to work with like templates. This is the KDP template. This is the Amazon KDP template that it provides for paperback book covers. I don't know how to fit an AI image into this thing. I need a graphic designer to handle that. And the graphic designer, by the way, they can deal with all the other stuff too. Like, it's a human I can talk with to figure out what's going on here. We can say, all right, the barcode needs to move up, 20 pixels this way. An AI can't do that. It can't do it yet, and maybe it won't be able to do it competently for a long, long time. So AI is just not realistic. One thing I also wanted to mention about these templates, it's like, so here, let me move this over. Like, here's the book cover. So that my graphic designer, you can see this is the front of the cover, spine, back cover. So they worked on the book cover, getting it to the way that I like it, and then I can give them the template for KDP. I can give them the template for Ingram. Ingram has a completely different template that doesn't work with KDP. So there's a lot of complicated steps that go into making a book cover, not just kind of talking about what it's going to look like, but actually the details. Like, the trim size is this, the bleed is this, the ISBN block needs to be in a certain position on the back of the cover. AIs can't do that yet. Some random stock photo cover that you download from the web won't work. KDP or Ingram, those are the biggest print-on-demand providers in the United States right now. Like, you need to work with their templates, and a graphic designer can do that. I can't do it DIY, and certainly I don't trust an AI to do it for me either. Okay, so that's the second reason why I work with professional graphic designers. Third reason I work with professional graphic designers is because my company doesn't make enough money to hire someone full time, and even I also don't publish enough books to justify hiring someone full time. So it's a pretty natural thing for me to hire that talent out, just like I do for instance, a contract lawyer or a trademark lawyer. I have two separate attorneys that I work with to handle those specific areas of the law. I'm not going to hire in-house counsel to work for my publishing company. I just don't have the resources, and I don't publish enough books to justify hiring a full-time graphic designer. So I outsource that work to a very competent team, just like I outsource my IP work to a very competent trademark lawyer, and she works for a firm that has all kinds of legal specialties. So this is not something that I'm gonna bring in house. I do have one full time employee, and that's associated with shipping and receiving, not graphic design. But I just thought, and I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, to work with a really good, talented, independent contractor who's a graphic designer, or a separate firm which handles graphic design. And that's what I do right now. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the companies that I work with. So this is for instance, this is a book, the first edition of a book, Social Security in 30 Minutes by author Emily Pogue, published in 2019. We're doing a new edition of the book. So I went to my graphic designer and said, okay, we need to update this, refresh it. And they helped me do it. So let's take a look and see what it looks like. This is the new design. You can see it looks a little bit different than the old design. Like, the old design is black text on a blue background, and the new design is white text on a blue background, and of course it's a second edition and things like that. So this company is called TLC Book Design. They're a fantastic company. I love working with them. If you go to tlcbookdesign.com, you can see what they've done, see the awards that they've won, see the books that they've done, and they've done all kinds of books. And that's one other thing. Like, when you're looking for a company or a graphic designer that can help with book design, just see what they've done before. Take a look at their other work, and you can just see, just by looking at it, that this looks really good. And there's a lot of variety there too, which I really, really like. So I could talk to the team at TLC and say, hey, we want to do like a completely new, rethink the way that we're doing our books. And these are artists. They understand design. They can work with kind of your input. I think for the last time that I redesigned the cover, the basic cover template, I did some surveys and shared the information with them. So this is really a good way to work with somebody who can work with you and is not only a good graphic designer, but can also just talk about ideas, come up with good ways of thinking about a new cover, maybe redesign the cover, because I've done that 2 or 3 times by now for the In 30 Minutes series. But anyways, that's how I work with graphic designers. I do advise independent book publishers if they're serious about their publishing work. Don't believe all the hype about AI or somebody you can hire on Fiverr who may or may not be able to do a good job. I think you should really try to seek out a company that knows what they're doing. Yes, you will pay more, but the results will be worth it. This is Ian Lamont from Lean Media. For more information about publishing or running an Amazon business, go to leanmedia.org. That's my official website. Search for book or Amazon or whatever in here, and you'll see lots of results. And basically, I just like to share my expertise. I've been in this business for more than 10 years, and I'll be in here for another 10 years, so I'd like to share what I know. Thank you so much for watching.